All right, welcome back to another episode of a deep dive into Find a Joint Friday. Today we're going to do a butt joint with threaded insert. Now, first things first, not all threaded inserts are created equal. Let me explain with some outtakes from my table video.
Oh, crap.
As you can see, that fine specimen I'm holding in my hands here broke apart like a glass ornament in front of a 2-year-old. And the main reasons for that is the walls on it are pretty thin and the threads on it are not what you need for a hardwood like white oak. This one, on the other hand, is made of high quality steel, has nice thick walls on it and nice continuous threads, so it could hit into that white oak without an issue. Get that trash out of here. Now, I do highly recommend getting a kit that has multiple different thread sizes. Most everything's going to be American for the most part, at least on this side of the pond. I do like this kit in particular because it does have 1/4 inch all the way to 3/8 inch threaded inserts. Having these different sizes on hand really add to the flexibility of your project. If you're needing to put a threaded insert on the end of this 3/4 inch plywood, that 3/8 insert is way too big and will split it out pretty much immediately. Even the 5/16 is a little hefty for that edge. Now, this kit does have a couple different lengths of inserts as well, but I do recommend having a couple different lengths of hardware on hand as well. As you can see with that 2 inch, it is still too long even with the longest insert. If you want to pick up a kit like this for yourself, I'll leave a link down below in the description. All right, now let's make this joint. I'm going to start out by measuring for 2 threaded inserts to go into the edge of this Baltic birch plywood. This is 3/4 inch plywood, so it's beefy enough to have those threaded inserts on the edge. Anything smaller than that, I really wouldn't feel comfortable putting anything in it not bulge. Because these two cutoffs are the same exact length, I just transfer the marks over to the second piece and make some lines across the face. From there, I'm just measuring and marking the center on the face and then counting the plies in the plywood to find the exact center of the plywood edge. I'm going to bring these pieces over to the drill press just for ease of use. You can definitely use a hand drill or bit and brace, or you can gnaw at it with your teeth, whatever your heart's desire, as long as you get the hole the right diameter and the right depth. I'm using the threaded insert to get an idea on how deep I need to go with this drill bit and using some masking tape to mark that depth on the drill bit itself. I added a clamp to the face of this wood while I was drilling it just for a little bit extra stability. Now, when you're trying to drill holes in precise locations on wood, I definitely recommend having some brad point drill bits around, especially ones that come in a lot of different fractional sizes. I'm going to go a couple sizes over a 1/4 inch for the face drilled holes just to give me a little bit of play in that in case they don't line up perfectly with the threaded inserts. Now, the moment everyone's been waiting for, the dog. Now in CA glue edition. I'm going to use some of that Boss Dog thick CA glue on this one just to minimize on messes because it's nice and thick, doesn't run all over the place or into the threads of your threaded insert. No one wants that. I'm also going to try a Bessie clamp right where this hole is to see if it minimizes any kind of splitting or bulging or anything like that whenever we put this insert in. Doing one with it and one without. I didn't really see a huge difference doing this, but that's partly because we're using the right size inserts to prevent any kind of bulging. It was about this point that I realized I forgot one important step. Give a little chamfer to that hole. That chamfer helps a ton in getting that insert started. Now it's time for that wood daddy wood finish. Since this isn't a glued joint, we can finish both of these pieces individually before we actually screw them together. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I really like how Baltic birch looks with just a natural finish on it. Chef's kiss. That was weird. Anyways, we're going to use these really cool finish washers with these bolts. Normally, you'd want to pull an IKEA and hide these bolts somewhere, but not today. We're showcasing these guys front and center. These bolts are even stainless. Papa pulled out the big bucks. Now, if you like watching me put these joints together along with these weird and sometimes funny jokes, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We do this every Friday. Now, without further ado, here's those beauty shots.